Hello, welcome to the Tower Tarot. My name is Julia and today I'm going to do a reading for you. We are going to look into your connection with a person who is of Virgo zodiac sign. Just to make it clear, your zodiac sign can be any sign. It can be Virgo as well, or it can be something different. But what is important is that your person is a Virgo. And primarily, I'm interested to look into their intentions for this connection. So what they're going to do, what they are planning to do, what their next move might be. But of course, in order to understand that, we are first going to look into their general energy and the general energy of this connection. And in the end, we are also going to receive some channeled messages from your person's higher self. So stay tuned, it's going to be interesting. Let's see what we've got today. We have Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and Page of Wands. And these cards represent your person's overall energy at the moment. And I feel like overall, your Virgo is quite... their thinking process is self-centered at the moment. It's directed at themselves. They are thinking a lot about their life and various pieces in it. They're trying to connect different pieces of the puzzle of their life together. And they're thinking about how they can progress in life and how they want their life to look like. How they can bring more balance, security and stability into their life. They might be even planning something quite concrete, maybe a new project or a business idea, or maybe they're planning to study to improve some aspect of their life, maybe their career, maybe they are planning to change career. But overall, I feel like they are actually not thinking about romance or relationship or their love life in general. They're thinking about everything else but that. But it's not going to be like that forever, because sooner or later they will realize, they will process it, that a romantic relationship is an important piece of their puzzle, and they will be thinking about it too. It's just at the moment they are thinking about different aspects of their life, more practical, more materialistic, more everyday business, like maybe about where they are living, about about the work they are doing, about general surroundings, something like that. But overall, I would say that your person is in a quite stable place at the moment, in a sense that there is no inner turmoil. I don't see any inner turmoil. It's just quite self-centered and concrete type of thinking process. Let's now look into your general connection, into the general energy of your connection right now. Have Page of Swords, King of Cups. We have Seven of Swords and Six of Swords. Let me rearrange a bit. Usually I pull only 3 cards for these types of readings, and for this reading I pulled King of Cups as a 4th card, just to clarify something that I couldn't quite understand. So what I'm feeling from these cards is that your connection is a connection where there was a lot of talking, there was a lot of mental energy exchanged. And I don't mean that there were arguments, but more like conversations, discussions. You probably connect very well on a mental level, because there is a lot of swords, there is a lot of mental energy in this connection. You guys are probably good friends, because you can always find an interesting subject to talk about. But at some point, one of you, or maybe both of you, started to hide their feelings, their more, softer feelings behind words, behind these discussions. Because I feel like you two can discuss anything at all but your true feelings for each other. And it it has created distance between you. I almost feel like it could be physical distance. I feel like your Virgo person either physically left or checked out emotionally at some point. They checked out because they could not really express their feelings, or they could not find these feelings inside. They just basically became, or have always been, emotionally unavailable. And at some point it has created a lot of distance in your relationship, and I imagine that you aren't feeling too good about it. But I also feel like you two have learned a lot about communication from each other, because you have learned how to communicate in a way that wouldn't hurt the other person. And I imagine your connection was a bit rocky in the beginning, but then it got a bit smoother because you just avoided talking about, serious stuff that can truly really hurt your heart. And it has created some distance in your connection. I don't think this person enjoys that in particular, because he does want to be a King of Cups. There are softer feelings inside, but all of this is basically blocking this energy, blocking this beautiful, emotional, soft, nurturing energy. And I would like to see what's this person going to do, what your Virgo is going to do about all of this. And we have 5 of Pentacles. We have the Hermit, and we have the Hierophant. Well, right away I can tell you, unfortunately there won't be any rapid movement here, because Virgo needs to go into their cave. Virgo is going into their cave, where they're going to process everything that has happened. And that's actually maybe why they checked out emotionally or physically, because they needed to go into their man cave or woman cave and process your connection in solitude. They need to go inside and truly understand or process why they cannot open up emotionally to you. And I would say this, even if your person appears quite cold and analytical and logical on the outside, trust me, on the inside there is like a chaos of emotions. They're just so good at not showing it, but inside they aren't feeling particularly well. They are feeling quite sad. They're feeling like isolated, almost abandoned maybe. But I can't say that it's like your fault. No, it's definitely not your fault. You didn't abandon them. It's just the way you two communicated created distance. Maybe you also learned how to protect your own emotions. Maybe you closed yourself off emotionally as well. It's kind of, it takes two to tango, right? So yeah, it's a two-way process. And I feel like what your person is going to do, they are going to ask advice or seek guidance from someone who is very important to them in their life, someone they are close to. It might be a close friend or a family member they're close to. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to follow that advice or like do exactly what they've been advised to do, but they're going to listen. And it's actually going, I don't know if you know that person, I don't know who that might be. If you know that person and you two have like good relationship, if that person is favorable to you, I feel like it's going to affect your Virgo's perception or course of action. So yeah, if you are in a good connection, good relationship with your Virgo's friend or family member or whoever it might be, this person who is going to give them advice, if you are in a good relationship with that person, this is going to help for sure. One thing I want to say is that there are true feelings involved in this connection. Even though on the surface you might feel like it's a bit cold, but there are feelings inside that haven't been expressed or haven't been acknowledged, haven't been admitted. So do not lose hope, but of course, do not wait until this person is out of their cave. Do not wait until they make up their mind. You need to live your life too. Who knows which way they decide to go? You cannot wait for them forever, no. I would like to see now what your person would say to you if they could say whatever they wanted. And for that, we're going to use this deck, which is called Thoughts and Words. It's an oracle deck. And via this deck, we're going to communicate to your person's higher self and ask whatever it is they want to tell us. All right, Virgo person, tell us what you want to say. We're listening. Talk to us, please. Yeah, unconventional is not a bad word. We're doing this. So there might be something unconventional about your connection. Maybe there are cultural differences or religious differences, age differences. Maybe there is something that you wouldn't expect in a romantic connection, but your Virgo person isn't bothered about it, because they are not bothered about it. They are just they are free-minded person, open-minded person, sorry, and they're not going to think about what other people are talking about. So if you are worried about that, do not worry. That's not going to cause any issues. Actually, I want to start with this one. I cannot make a decision right now. Well, yeah, that we have seen. This person is going to go into their cave, and they're going to take time to make any kind of decision if a decision needs to be made. They're going to process first, feel the feels, and hopefully make some kind of decision after that. This bond is growing stronger. I feel like you do have pretty strong bond, especially mental bond, especially friendship-like bond, because you two like to talk to each other and you learn from each other, and conversation is something you two really enjoy, and through that your bond does grow stronger. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if you did, please leave me a like, leave me a comment. I would like to hear from you all, and thank you very much for being here with me.